Good morning again, guys. Here it is. It's a little after 7 o'clock, and Mrs. P and I are just waiting until the polls open so we can head and cast our vote. Polls don't open here till 9 in the morning. Small town, go figure. Okay. But yeah, we're going to be there. And, the question comes up, you guys say it, why bother voting? And, you're not going to make a difference. Well, if I don't vote, I guarantee I'm not going to make a difference. Okay, so I'm going to. But what's on the ballot is a lot more than Democrat versus Republican or anything of the sort like that. What's on the ballot is your future, your kids' future, your grandkids' future. All right. I'm not blind that there's a lot of POSs in Congress on both sides. I mean, every Democrat is a piece of shit, no question. Okay. But you still have the Mitch McConnells or the Lisa Murkowskis or the Susan Collins or the Mitt Romneys, all these. I mean, Murkowski's on the ballot. Hopefully that they toss her, Alaska tosses her and votes Kelly Chewbacca into the Senate. But what happens afterwards, okay? There's a lot of Republicans that already said they won't support Mitch McConnell for majority leader. I hope to God he is not, okay? Because McConnell is about as much of a Republican as I am a woman, okay? And yeah, unlike a certain Supreme Court justice, I know the difference. But this is what's at stake. And before you go to vote today, I want you to remember some of the things that the Biden administration is in favor of, okay? Basically, it's the World Economic Forum, global one world government, global socialism, feudalism, the elites, and the plebes, okay? But before you go vote today, double check on your candidates. Do they believe in the World Economic Forum? Do they not? Okay. There's a huge push, if you will, for nationalism, for patriotism, for America first, for make America great again in this country. And I think that will be the overwhelming direction that the vote goes today. But I want to give you what the other side believes real quick, just as a refresher, okay? No private or personal property. Remember, you'll own nothing and be happy. Right, okay? A guaranteed basic income for all those who accept the new normal, okay? You'll get your $1,000 a month. Can you live on 12 grand a year? If you can, you're not living, you're surviving, you're not living. Serious, okay? That's it. A cash-free society, digital money. In other words, a way for total societal control. We'll decide how you can spend your money. I'm sorry, Mr. Pinball, you've already bought your allotment of 3 apples this month. You can't have any more. Okay. How about your hydrocarbon ratings? Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Pinball, you drove 12 miles in your car today. Your carbon footprint is too big. We're going to shut off your car. Simple as that, okay? How about stuff like, restricting what you can read, talk about, communicate, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you use, okay? But not only that, what you can actually verbally say to somebody else, because cameras everywhere, Big Brother watching, facial recognition, okay? I mean, imagine sitting in your house having a conversation with your spouse and your TV is watching you, your phone is listening to you. Mind you, it's already happening, okay? But all of a sudden something pops up on your TV and says, Mr. Pinball, you've been fined 10 demerits for having a conversation that Biden's a potato, okay? How about rationing, okay? Everything. You're only allowed so much gasoline. You're only allowed so much meat. You're only allowed so much vegetables, etc. You're only allowed to use so much electricity, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, it's something else that is on the table. How about what you can produce in the way of your own food? Remember, I've talked about this before too in my family history in Poland. Yeah, you have the land. You're allowed to produce an acre's worth of corn. You're allowed to keep 10 square feet of it. The rest of it goes to Big Brother. Yeah, okay, that's in there. How about the total elimination of livestock? No chickens, no pigs, no cows. You'll eat bugs. That's what your protein will be. You'll be allowed a vegetarian diet with the occasional bug ration that you'll get, or worms. Maybe you'll get lucky and they'll give you nuts or something like that for a little added protein. How about population reduction? Forced sterilization, forced birth control. Gee, you think this abortion thing is not something along the lines of a population control? How about forced abortions? Could those be in the future? Mm-hmm. Okay. Remember this old thing? How about enforcement on that? Remember those stories about people coming to the door with armament? How about that suddenly becomes mandated? Okay. Either take it or you go to a concentration camp. Yeah. It's happened in other places in the world, guys. Okay. How about the bans on alternative medicines? Remember when 45 was in and he allowed people that were terminal to volunteer to try to, hey, this hasn't been approved yet, but if you're willing to try it, we'll let you do it. Sorry, you're only allowed to use the approved stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, would that be made by Pfizer? Yeah, okay. Would that be made by AstraZeneca? That's okay. Oh, would that be made by XYZ biotech company? I'm sorry, that's not an approved medicine. You're not allowed to take that. Okay. Like I said earlier, I know what gender I am. Okay. We can get rid of that. We'll all be they, thems, right? Because again, like Gretchen Whitmer said, how did she put it? Menstruating people or period having people, couldn't say women. No, you're no longer allowed to be male or female. That's the way God intended it. According to this, you'll be a they, them. That's it. Okay. And then, of course, we get into the fun one of the child sterilization, child castration, okay, the surgeries. This is what's on the ballot today, guys. If all those things that I just read off sound good, you're going to punch a blue ticket. If all those sound like hell on earth, chances are you're going to punch a red ticket. Then again, it depends on who your candidate is today, too, because there's a lot of rhinos on there. But there's a lot of good candidates. It's about time that we get rid of the old guard and start bringing in some Gen X blood, the ones that actually think. Get to the polls. Even if you don't believe it, believe in it. Okay? Do it this way. Even if you have no desire whatsoever, you don't care, you don't think your vote means a thing, what your vote will do is eliminate, cancel out one of those idiot votes today, and it'll just make it a little bit harder for any manipulation to go on. I'm going to go get my shoes, get ready. In about an hour, I'm heading to the polls. We'll see if any craziness goes on. I'll probably see you later today. I know I'll see you tonight. Chances are we're going to come on early tonight and go long because some of the polls start closing at 6 and 6:30. So I may come on an hour or so early today. Just pay attention to when I put the link up, what time it is. We'll go from there. Head on a swivel, guys. Be careful out there today. Pinball out.